Now, this is news around the Commonwealth this morning. A new order from Governor Youngkin ending a statewide mask mandate in schools actually takes effect today. Now, this comes as another school board, Richmond, votes to sue the governor over this executive order. And those are just some of the challenges against the governor's second executive order.
Here with us to talk more about this order and the impact in Virginia is House Democratic leader Eileen Filler-Corn. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Hi, Charmaine. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Good.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, Delegate Filler-Corn, in your response to the governor's address, you called this move irresponsible and a threat to in-person learning in the Commonwealth. So what action is the legislature considering to counter his order?
No, we're very much focused on speaking out. I mean, we have worked hard for quite some time through uncharted territory, honestly. And we passed legislation like SB 1303. And what that did was it put us on schools on a path to return to in-person learning, safe in-person learning. We were able to allocate hundreds of $millions to protect public school funding, and we put safety equipment in our schools. And, we've done all sorts of things to ensure that schools could continue to operate, that our students could be learning, the teachers could be safe, the students would be safe. And, Governor Youngkin to come in on, day one and to issue an executive order removing local school boards' ability to implement these mask requirements, as I said, is reckless and unconstitutional, and it's driven by politics. So right now you're asking, what are we doing? We're speaking out. We're standing with the school districts all across the Commonwealth and their decision to ensure that this mask requirement stays in effect.
Delegate Filler-Corn, this next question has two parts to it. Lots of confusion among the public, parents, and school boards about the legal consequences of requiring students to wear a mask. Well, how do you see that playing out in court?
We'll have to see, obviously, and what transpires legally. I mean, right now we need to stand up. We need to be loud. We need to make sure that we are saying we stand with these school districts, with these parents, with these communities that are saying we're following the science. We have a bill. There's a law in place, SB 1303. And so we'll see what transpires. But I am, confident that we are on the right side of the issue. I'm confident we know what we need to do to ensure that these kids, students, teachers, everybody can be in school. Schools can be open and they can be safe.
Now, there is a state law that directs public school boards to follow CDC guidelines, and that does include wearing masks. So how can schools really choose which rule to follow?
I think that's exactly right. And, basically, you mentioned confusion. There's a lot of confusion. Spending the weekend back, obviously, in my district and talking to parents and teachers and grandparents. And, their question is, what do we do? What do? You follow the law. I mean, the law SB 1303, and it states that you will follow CDC recommendations, and that is what we're doing. So it's statutory law. That is the focus, and not an executive order. And when there is an executive order that conflicts with enacted legislation, you follow the legislation.
Okay,
and that's honestly why Governor Youngkin's executive order is unconstitutional to begin with. The governor, through executive order or any other means, cannot override a law, statutory law like SB 1303.
Well, the governor says that he is actually listening to parents and giving them the choice whether or not their children wear masks. What's your response to that, him listening to the parents?
We are listening to the parents right now. Communities should be making this call, not the governor. And you see what's going on across the Commonwealth. School districts, we are standing with the school districts across Virginia that are saying our decision is to stick with CDC and to follow science, to follow the statutory law. That is what they want. Let's keep the mask requirements in effect.
Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. House Democratic leader Eileen Filler-Corn, thanks again for speaking with us today.
Thanks so much, Charmaine. Thanks, Amanda. Have a great day.